What's up, everyone? It's a new day today. Welcome to the channel, Daily Random Vlog, the Random Andrew channel. Something I wanted to discuss before we really dive into the vlog or start the vlog. It's an ongoing project that I call Little Leroy or Lil Leroy. Say it whichever way you want. It's going to be a scale version of Leroy the Savage from Cletus McFarlane's YouTube channel. Now, what is Leroy the Savage? Well, we could throw some pictures in or whatever, throw some video clips, but I'm just going to tell you real quick. Go see Cletus McFarlane's YouTube channel, spelled just like it sounds, and you'll see Leroy has been his latest ongoing project. And Leroy is like the unofficial star of the show. He's a near 1,000 horsepower, can you even call him a Corvette anymore? He's kind of become his own car. But it started from a salvage Corvette. There's literally no body to the car. But there's this wicked exoskeleton that was fabbed up and put on exoskeleton. It's got the 427, two honking twin turbos just sticking right up there. There is no, what's the word I'm looking for? Leroy bears no shame. Hides no turbos, nothing is concealed, it's all right out there. So, for this project of Little Leroy, I have sent some messages to a few guys who are really, really great at doing the 3D printing, and this work may even be getting done by donations because they too are fans of Cletus McFarlane and Leroy the Savage. So, there's a few different ideas in the works towards the motor. We're just waiting to find out exactly what scale it's got to be printed to. Now these are going to have the turbos and all the intake piping, everything. This car has got to be as scale as possible. I have a few other things coming in by donation for the power. I'm not saying what they are yet, but should it show up, there will be no shortage of power coming in for Little Leroy the Savage. Now the exo cage, this is going to take some handiwork and some time to do, but I already know how I'm going to do it. I think I even have some of the steel tubing that I'm going to use for the fabbing, and then of course JB welding to join everything, because we don't really have to do little MIG or TIG welds on there. It's a scale cage. Doesn't have to be the strongest, as I do not ever plan on wrecking this car. Let's see, what else? The main thing that I need to still find a way to get, and I'm hoping I can get this by donation too, as this is a project that is for you guys. This isn't going to really be anybody's car. It's just going to be what it is when it's built. It's got to be brought to life. So that would be, ideally, I would like to get my hands on an X01 chassis. Not necessarily everything that's on it, just a rolling chassis. And we can go from there. That's what we need to start putting the main parts of this together. So, I don't want to spend too much more time talking about that particular project, as I don't really have anything physical to show you guys towards it yet. But just letting you know, this is happening. This is going to happen. It's just taking some time, as I'm working with a big round budget of 0. Yeah. So, on with the vlog. I thought we were going to get away with no rain today, and I started preparing Megas for a couple of passes out front. The batteries charged in them, and the road was wet by the time I was ready to step outside into it. Didn't even notice it was starting to rain. But now the road isn't so wet. You can tell, you see the wet spots out there still. So it's drying up. I'm going to finish preparing and hope we can get a couple of quick runs in before it rains again. Starting to rain again already, so this is going to be a very short couple of quick passes. That traditional castle noise. Alright, one hand RC in here. There's a car coming up the road already, so we gotta be patient and wait for cars to pass. Oh, unless they're turning. Oh yeah, there's definitely rain coming down, so gentle passes. and back. That's about 3/4 throttle. It's really too wet out here to be able to just give her. Doing good, Meg, it's doing good. I'm gonna have to say it's doing pretty decent right now. Could play with the timing a little bit, advance that, change the gearing a little bit, as pretty sure there's little runs like this. It's not generating any heat, especially getting into the cooler season now too. One last thing real quick for all my longtime viewers. Back indoors before things got too wet. Hope you guys like that little brake stand there. It's another thing about Castle. You know this if you own one, but if you don't, here's a little thing for you. This ESC will vibrate the motor just that little bit. That's how it does its tones. There's no actual speaker or piezometer, I think is how you say the other thing. It actually uses the motor, vibrates the coil enough just to make a beat. And it'll do that for every, 30 or 60 seconds of inactivity. Pretty cool. There's many reasons to go Castle, you know. You hear that, Castle Creations? I'm giving you guys a big thumbs up with this one. Like, I should have done it a while ago. Good product. I'd say it's worth the money. So now, all that's left with, as far as Castle goes, and ongoing tuning, that goes without being said, although I just said it, is getting rid of the Arma stickers on the side of this wing and putting some Castle stickers along there. And of course finishing with a 8-ball and the flaming eyeball on the other side. Oh yeah. Have lots of fun. But now the rain has started and putting a dampener on that fun, so I think it's time to go grocery shopping. So we're shopping. We're now at Walmart. Craig's favorite time of year. Yeah, little projectors.
That's awesome. I want it.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
Halloween.
Oh, and here's one with spiders.
And skulls. Little skull.
Check that one out. Some spiders.
Cool. Crafty.
So how much are they?
Usually they got the smoke machines and everything out, but of course, you know what time of year it is just about. Halloween. I like that. Giant Jack Skellington. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but Grumpy Cat masks aren't really much to them. $11 for that. Are you kidding me? You could even be an Angry Bird if you wanted. Or just a really cranky looking baby. And then there's some Walmart RCs. I'm being really careful doing short video clips here because of copyright and music playing. Look at that thing, Dom's charger. Jeez, that thing's ridiculous looking. Needless to say, I don't do a whole lot of shopping too often, and I really don't concentrate on the prices of things, like comparing to from what I buy to what some of the other items actually cost. And let me tell you something, since I've been grocery shopping, living on my own, when I first started getting out there doing that stuff the first time till now, things are nearly double what they used to cost. I mean, just for the simple, like a simple pound of ground beef or a box of burgers, it's ridiculous. It is really ridiculous. You know, right now, here in, I'm not sure if it's just Ontario or all across Canada, there's about to be a minimum wage hike to $15 an hour, which sounds good, but I mean, it's kind of a pre-planned thing. If you watch how these prices are going up and up and up, in order to ask these prices for things, they have to start giving people more money. Now, that's one of the indications that there is a minimum wage hike coming up because the price of everything's going up. Everything kind of goes hand in hand that way. There was even rumor of disability and social assistance getting a little bit of a boost here in Ontario to compensate for the cost of all this new expensive stuff. And it's not really that it's new, it's the same stuff we've been buying for all these years. It's just ridiculous. It's mind-boggling going out and doing groceries, just how much food that we need to eat, how much it all costs these days, and the amount of time we spend earning that money to buy said food. It makes you wonder if we put all that time and energy towards raising our own stock, growing our own food, if that would yield a higher, more positive result all around. I mean, if everybody in the community was doing it and everybody was putting forward together, I think people would be healthier. But I mean, it wouldn't be good for the economy, the cost of things, the money making aspect of a society. Are we really just here to make money? Anyhow, none of that seriousness. I got something else that's kind of serious on the RC aspect of things that I want to discuss. Have a listen. This subject actually comes from a Facebook page. Actually, they have their own, I think it's just rcnetwork.com. But RC Network made this brilliant, brilliant article that really, as an RC enthusiast who's still somewhat new, okay, well, I'm not really new to the RC world anymore, but definitely have noticed this myself in the industry. And they brought up some really awesome points to do with the standardization of sizes, measurements of things in the RC industry. Will we ever see standardization amongst the things? Now, the things they're talking about is for motor sizes, for one, kilovolt versus turns. Now, I've explained to you before, the kilovolt rating, say a 3000 kilovolt motor means you're getting 3000 RPM per volt. Okay, gotcha? Yeah. Now, there's also another way to measure it, and that's the turns of a motor. When you get a, oh, of course, I don't have one handy. A Titan 550 is a 12-turn motor. You want something more on the crawler end, you're going to go towards higher turns, probably like a 29 or a 31 or something like that. But if you're going racing, you might go as low as a 9 to a 7 to a 5-turn motor. Do those exist? It's just an example anyways. So another thing, battery plugs. Everybody is running different kinds of connectors. Every company is selling different kinds of connectors. For me, my standard is Traxxas. My charger has Traxxas ends on it. All my batteries have Traxxas ends, and the ones that don't, I've made adapters to adapt to the charger using Traxxas ends. But I mean, there's other ones. There's other high current adapters. And it raises a question, will they eventually settle on one and all manufacturers stick with one style of connector? You know, it's a standardization that makes it easier for us, because almost every time I bought a battery, except at Amazing Hobbies, because they know that there's a lot of Traxxas guys around here, so they sell them with the Traxxas ends on a lot of the batteries. Plus the other main style, I think, is Dean's. I might be wrong on that, so don't quote me. Next subject they brought up is servo horns. Okay, I just recently experienced the swapping of a servo in Clifford, which is a summit. I had a servo burnout, was running on one really, really weak servo, and that servo I had was the same as the Traxxas servo arm that's for the summit. Now, when I switched over to this new servo from Hitech, it's a Metal Gear ultra high torque servo, but it's a different tooth count on this for the servo horn. So I had to make one to adapt to it, and I still have to make a new one because I think the one I'm using is too short and I don't get the same steering throw. But it comes in 3 sizes. That is the standard right now, and that's a 23, a 24, and a 25 tooth servo horn. And there's usually adapters to go between those, so that's what we're left with for that. Wheel hex sizes, there's tons of different ones. There's 12, 14s, 17, and there's a lot of different hex sizes, but I think that is accordingly so, because the bigger the tire, the bigger the rim, you're going to want a bigger hex for keeping it locked, right? You don't want to rely on small surface areas for a large tire. Just speaking logically there. So like standard versus metric hardware, your nuts, your screws, your bolts, all your fasteners, are they going to be standard or are they going to be metric? I guess that depends what part of the world they're coming from and where they're manufactured. Receivers, receivers being able to bind to only specific radios, or will we see them being able to bind just about any radio to any receiver? It is just software in that aspect, if I'm not mistaken, or I could be wrong. Could be just a different component used. Battery sizes, I've seen many different 3S batteries come in many different sizes, and that is just, we could go on and on about that, but that is another example that I kind of added in there. But thank you to RC Network for doing that article, for writing it up. That is some very good stuff to think about. And my answer, my what I kind of got from it was, in our big, real, full-scale automotive industry, there's a lot of differences. There is no set standards for everything. There's some things that are and some things that aren't. And I think that's what we'd expect to see with the RC stuff. Anyways, it's been a long day. My arm is sore because this phone, it's only a phone, but it's getting heavy holding it out there. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all your support. It means worlds to me. Think positive, stay positive, keep a smile on your face, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully it's not raining and we can go out and make some mud. Have a good night. Vlog over.